I put in well over 1,000 hours into both games, but in my opinion, Total War Three Kingdoms is better than Rome 2. But there are four things that Rome 2 has that Total War Three Kingdoms does not. And I have a fifth idea that's kind of a bonus that I think could really help the future of Total War. Number one, no bridge or water crossing battles. This is something I really missed from Rome 2, being able to hold down a bridge or a water crossing. Usually there'd be two on a map, right? And you'd sit there and you would line your soldiers up and be able to defend that, maybe able to flank using the second one. That's something I really miss about the game that's not available in Three Kingdoms. So I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan and Romance of the Three Kingdoms fan. So when I saw Total War Three Kingdoms, I jumped on it. It's something I really wanted to play. And there's a story in there about Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei held a bridge at Changban uh, solo. Basically, there's a big story. I won't go into full detail on it, but um, it was one of those things I wanted to replicate in the game, in the campaign, but I couldn't because the campaign's not set up for that. So I think that's something, and just even beyond that story, that's something that's really was missing. That there's no bridge or crossing battles. I think that's a shame that that happened. Um, so I think that's definitely something that Creative Assembly should bring back and not overlook that in the future. Number two is naval battles. And I know not everybody likes naval battles, but it is a cool component. And again, going back to history, the Battle of Chibi, it was a very famous battle during this time frame in the Three Kingdoms. And there's no ability really to replicate that or similar types of naval battles, river battles, whatever, in the campaign mode. And I really wish you could. You also get caught sometimes in these auto resolve battles that don't turn out like you think they should because you can't fight them in person. You have to auto resolve the naval conflicts in Three Kingdoms. Whereas with Rome 2, you get into ramming ships. I also had a lot of fun using the artillery to take down ships or having kind of combined naval land warfare battles where you can shoot the artillery at the beach and hit units or hit buildings or whatever. So I think that's something that definitely should be added in some capacity in future Total Wars. Number three is choke points aren't the same. I noticed in Three Kingdoms pretty early on that the lower tier, middle tier units, and even the higher units, they don't hold choke points like they did in Rome 2. And I know sometimes Rome 2 would get a little bit carried away with how long a unit could hold a choke point. Sometimes they would always fight, to almost the last man. But I missed that element of it because there were times in Rome 2 where you could hold a choke point and it would give you time to flank with cavalry or do kind of some unique tactical things that you can't do in Three Kingdoms. And sometimes they start fleeing in Three Kingdoms very early on. I think it's they should hold a little bit better, and they just flee just really early. It kind of takes away that tactical element of being able to hold the line, and especially when you're in a settlement that you're surrounded. They're gonna die, and they flee a little too quickly. There's no morale there to kind of keep them holding a choke point to survive. So I think that's something that really should be kind of looked at closer. Number four I miss is the no control of artillery. So in Three Kingdoms, you can't control the artillery, whereas in Rome 2 and even Attila, and I'm not sure about some of the other ones, but you could go in and you could control a catapult, you could control a ballista, you could control even the little things that shoot arrows, and you could hit. There's a cinematic mode in the bottom left. You click on, you zoom into the unit, you control it manually. You shoot wherever you want. You can hit page up and page down as a shortcut, at least on my keyboard, and it rotates you between the different artillery units. So you can be the one on the left or the one on the right. You can have fire on wheel on, or you can conserve your ammunition and fire directly yourself. And I found it really useful in situations where you're under siege or you're outnumbered, because you can hold the line and you can pinpoint shoot the artillery right over your soldiers' heads. The AI is not very good at this. You can trust your own guys to do this. They usually do friendly fire. They don't hit just right. But if you're in there controlling it yourself, you can more easily shoot if the enemy's kind of jutting out far beyond the front line. You know, if there's a lot of them kind of stacked in there. And I miss that. I miss that, being able to really get in there and control the battle. It can really have a big effect. So I think that is something that is missing. I mean, in Three Kingdoms, I would love to be able to take my artillery and shoot it like a Lu Bu or something before he goes and tears up 1,000 of my guys. But that was missing in the game. And number 5 is kind of a bonus, just a suggestion. It ties into number 4, but I think if Creative Assembly can do that, just this thought I had. I'm not a programmer, or I don't know that much about games, but I just feel at this day and age they could make it to where there's another tactical element where you can zoom in. If you can do this with artillery, why can't you do it with a unit? Why can't you do it in Three Kingdoms with Lu Bu? Why can't you go in there and control him for a minute and let your army be on autopilot? Let the AI take over your army for that 1 minute. Pivotal moment in the battle, right? You zoom in as Guan Yu. You zoom in as a captain of a unit that's holding a checkpoint. You're able to just click a button and swing the sword. Anything like that. I feel like that there's got to be some way to do that, and I think it would. I know I would like it. I mean, maybe not everybody would like it. They like the kind of the grand planning strategy, and I don't think we'll be taken away from that. But I think it adds another element, and that could potentially attract new players to the game. I know when I was able to zoom in on that artillery and control it, it added a new kind of level of excitement that wasn't there before. And so I think being able to go into that first-person mode occasionally and control that lower level, just man-on-the-ground strategy of it, and then zoom back out to control the overarching strategy would be just a breakthrough in the way the game is played. So that's it. In conclusion, I think that Total War Three Kingdoms is a great game, but I did find myself, and I have like 1,300 play hours on it, just a ridiculous number of hours. But as I was playing it, I did notice myself missing certain elements of Rome 2 and some other Total War games. And so I think consistency is key for Creative Assembly going forward, and I hope that they listen to the audience, they take what works, and what should be there, and keep going forward with it, and then also revise or eliminate the things that shouldn't. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Everybody, I've seen Facebook groups and different groups, but everybody has their different favorite Total War, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just Three Kingdoms has really jumped out to me, but I think there was a lot of things missing too. So let me know how you feel in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more content.